Dangerous heat today, turning into severe storms. The timing coming up. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Good morning, everyone. Today, the man accused of shooting a Suffolk officer in the face is due in court. The shooting happened during a homicide investigation in Bay Shore yesterday morning. Police say Nieves Reyes also killed Eugene Allen, whose body was found in the woods. The officer is expected to recover. Police are looking for the vandal behind a bias incident in Woodmere. They say a man spray painted the words "House of Bullies" in the parking lot of Young Israel of Woodmere late Wednesday night. A Suffolk street renamed for a teen killed by a reckless driver. 14-year-old Angelica Nappy was killed in 2008 when a driver with a suspended license ran a red light. Well, yesterday, part of Woodside Avenue bordering East Patchogue and Medford was dedicated in her honor.
I hope that everybody that passes by this way, Angelica's Avenue, will think of her and remember her beautiful smiling face.
There's a state law named after Nappy that increases penalties for reckless driving. Read more about Newsday's year-long investigative series looking at Long Island's dangerous roads on Newsday.com. The LIRR hitting a post-pandemic ridership high. The railroad set records on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week with nearly 300,000 commuters. However, the number of people riding the rails has still not returned to its pre-pandemic peak. Answering the call to become one of the island's bravest, Camp Fahrenheit 516 is a week-long program for teens who want to be firefighters.
I've really learned a lot of things and fine-tuned those skills. I've learned how to put out car fires. I've learned how to use special tools.
Governor Kathy Hochul says volunteers run nearly all of the 179 departments on Long Island. Your Friday forecast, it's a hot one out there today. With the humidity, it's going to feel like 100 degrees in spots on the island. So make sure you drink plenty of water. We've got some clouds out there. Here is a look at the intersection of Route 39A in Southampton. It's going to feel hotter as the day goes on, so get ready for it. A heat advisory is in effect until 8 tonight because it will feel like it's triple digits out there. That heat could also bring us rain. Here's a look at the futurecast. You can see the chance for thunderstorms as you leave work tonight, so prepare for that. And tomorrow, we're dry, but Sunday, we could see more rain later in the day. High temps again for most of next week before another round of rain moves in on Thursday.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Island homes and businesses save with solar for over 20 years.
Only a Newsday, part of President Trump's mega bill could have a costly impact on Long Island gamblers, even the ones who lose money. Newsday's Albany reporter Michael Gormley explains.
The way it's been for years has been if you make $100,000 in winnings in a year and you have $100,000 in losses, you end up paying no taxes on that because it's a wash. This changes that 100% deductibility to 90%. So it creates an odd situation in that gamblers will have to pay federal income tax on losses. That means they're paying income tax on income they didn't receive, that they lost. So that's kind of an amazing development in this. Now, you might wonder how this came about. Even Republicans in Congress were surprised at this. They didn't know that it was in the bill until after it was passed. They didn't read it. So there's an effort in Washington right now to repeal this already, and it's only been on the books for 2 weeks. So what you've got is no direct impact on New York State, but it could be an indirect impact because big-time gamblers can choose to go offshore, to leave the United States for their gambling. They can take things like the World Series of Poker offshore to other countries where they could avoid this federal tax. People who are trying to stem this huge spike in problem gambling actually welcome this federal measure.
Read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Only a Newsday, record high home prices on the North Fork. Newsday business reporter Jonathan Lamantia takes a look at what's fueling the hot East End housing market.
So the Hamptons median home price for the second quarter of the year, it was basically unchanged. It was about $1.9 million. The North Fork, for the first time, actually eclipsed $1 million. It was just under $1.1 million was the median price on the North Fork of Long Island. So both markets have been pretty stable in terms of prices. So one thing that Hamptons real estate agents always point out is every year there's a report on Wall Street bonuses. And so for New York City's securities industry, there was a record bonus pool for 2024. And that was about the average securities industry employee in New York City got a bonus of about $245,000. And basically what agents say is, as goes Wall Street, so goes the Hamptons real estate market. When Wall Street is performing well in the financial services sector, that always helps the Hamptons real estate market. And so they're feeling that right now. The Hamptons, as opposed to the rest of Long Island, has seen an uptick in sales, an uptick in listings. So they're not suffering from the same shortage of inventory that we've seen in other parts of Long Island. Agents also pointed out that the upper end of the market has performed really strongly. Homes selling above $5 million, above $10 million, which are, unlike the rest of Long Island, not the rarity, but much more typical in the Hamptons markets. That kind of price point performed really well in the spring months.
Read more about Long Island home prices on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
We had over 500,000 people registered for tickets for this event.
The countdown is on. Bethpage Black is halfway through its transformation into golf's most electric stage, the 2025 Ryder Cup.
We'll anticipate in excess of 50,000 people over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Per day?
Per day, correct.
Demand is through the roof. The weekend sold out in just 48 hours, and a sea of fans will flood the course each morning.
This is our general public seats. So this is the stadium itself. And then down here, short right of the first tee, where you can kind of see these orange cones, that'll be our opening ceremony stage.
The gates will open at 5:30 a.m. and the rope will drop at 6. That's when it becomes a foot race to this iconic spot where the first tee box and the 18th green sit side by side for the first time in Ryder Cup history.
We're actually building over the normal day-to-day first tee of the black course. So this tee box we created and installed just for the Ryder Cup itself.
For transportation, a new area was added for rideshare drop-off. Complimentary shuttle buses will bring fans from the Farmingdale Long Island Railroad Station and Jones Beach parking lots. And of course, fans won't leave empty-handed. The Ryder Cup shop will be the biggest in PGA history.
The Ryder Cup shops is about 65,000 square feet of shopping. That's about 10,000 more square feet than we've ever had for any of our merchandise tents at any of the PGA of America events.
Until September, Bethpage will keep building faster, bigger, and louder. For Newsday TV, I'm Carissa Kelman.
Should be a great time. Read more about the Ryder Cup on Long Island on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by Sarant Cadillac.
We're outside Curbside Mexican Grill in Plainview checking out their Caesar crunch wrap. They got millions of views on social media. All right, let's go check it out. All the hype started with a TikTok featuring a special menu item that went viral.
I think it started up 800K, and then the next day it was like 3 million, and I was just like, this is crazy. And I was like, we're gonna be busy tomorrow. I knew it right away. As soon as we opened, we had like online pre-orders for about 17 Caesars, and I was like, wow, this is gonna be crazy. That lunch alone, I think we sold 100 Caesars.
For Brandon, being active on social media is not just an option. It is a necessary business strategy for any local business.
It's essential. Like nothing gives a pop. Like, you could do your door-to-door flyers or coupon books and stuff like that, and they help. But nothing's going to help you sell 1,000 crunch wraps in a month like social media.
And with new menu items always in the works, Curbside's hoping the algorithm keeps working in their favor.
So good. So good.
Ken Bufa, Newsday TV.
For more exclusive stories like this, go to Newsday.com and click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. You can see more on these stories on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other services you see right here. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.